What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Regrowth. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we started messing around with some of the bee stuff, and I was like, we don't have enough alveary blocks in order to make our alveary. Well, as it turns out, we do. I just kind of derped it up. Yeah, when I was looking for the alveary blocks, I was searching for the word alveary. Almost every single block that composes an alveary has the word alveary in it. However, I was reminded that I have a block called a hatchery, which does not have the word alveary in it, and that will complete our alveary. So there we go. So now we have the completed alveary, which is similar to like one of these. Actually, hold on. Back up. Put on our thing, which is similar to these apiaries. However, you can replace some of these blocks with frame housings. Like I replaced one of our alveary blocks with this hatchery. You can put frame housings in here, which is pretty cool. So you can put in multiple housings. I think you want to do up to 6 of any single type. You only do one type, like you want 6 either soil frames or 6 chocolate frames or whatever you're going to want to do. I think that I've done some testing on these things in the past, and I think 6 was the magic number. So anyway, yeah, you can put in like a bunch of frame housings. You can do like a heater in there to change like the temperature inside there. You can put a cooler. There's like all sorts of cool stuff you can do with these multi-block structures. But yeah, like I said, you can put in 6 frames, which is twice the amount that you can put into one of these apiaries. But what makes that even better is that you can automate it. So you can pipe items into the frame housings, but you can't pipe items like those frames into the apiary. These are all manual. So that makes this so much better. It's able to be automated. Anyway, the reason why we're even talking about this today, we had a quest, one of the last ones, I think, if I can find it, for the bees. Is it the life of the world? No, we just looked at that, the encoding. It was that one, the encoding. Yeah, we need to get ourselves a forest larvae in order to complete this quest, which means we have to have a hatchery. I think it's the hatchery. I want to say it's the hatchery. Oh man, is it the hatchery? I can't remember. Anyway, we want to have something in here that's going to catch the larvae. I'm pretty sure it's that block. And we have to breed the forest bees. So, I can't remember if we even had any. Let's just take a look real quick. We have one. Oh, we have the hives. Okay, so we have hives. Let's grab a scoop. We'll break. Do we not have a scoop? I guess we don't have a scoop. We'll go ahead and get a scoop. We'll break open these hives. And we will just go ahead and breed those bees together. Grab that and that. There it is. Cool. And then the 2 hives. Boop, boop. It's like opening a Christmas present. Okay, so we did get a drone and a princess ignoble pristine. We'll put those 2 together, and we will put that away. As far as frames go, yeah, we can't really do anything in there until we make frame housings. I kind of feel like we should make some frame housings. Let's take a look. So a frame housing requires one of these, the alveary blocks, some golden electron tubes, and then some iron. That seems like a pretty easy thing to do. Like I said, you can put 6 frame housings in one of these alvearies. So I think we're going to take like the back 6 blocks off here. Just because the frame housings don't look as nice. Maybe. I don't know. They could be in the front. I'm just going to take those 6 blocks off the back like that though. And we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of upgrading here. Pretty sure we have everything in the system ready to auto-craft the chocolate frames, but we're going to stick 6 of those in there, which should allow the bee to die off really quickly. And hopefully the breeding, hopefully it'll make the larvae that much faster. I'm not sure how you can get that faster. Anyway, I don't even know how many of these electron tubes we have. I'm hoping we have enough. Oh, we did. Perfect. Why is this all wiggling? I'm not sure. It's getting something and it's putting it back in there. Like, what is this thing? This basic upgrade? Oh, that's not what's wiggling. Something else is moving all the items around, and I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So we can grab these things. Yeah, we can go ahead and replace those alveary blocks, the frame housings blocks, back in our alveary over here. There's also another block you can make for this thing. It's called a mutator block, and it increases the chance of the mutation, but you can also put in like 6 soul frames into these things and increase the mutation significantly as well. Did I never do... Okay, I thought I had the frames on auto-craft here. Apparently, I never did any of that. So let's do impregnate frame. 1, Can I shift click these? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll put those back into the system or on the ground, one way or the other. They're going to go back in here. And then chocolate, we will do this. All right, we got 6 of those frames. Cool. So now we can put 6 chocolate frames in the alveary with our bees. They will die quickly. You can also automate these alvearies too, just the same as you can with the apiary. So we'll have to get that hooked up too. All right, just go and finish putting these guys in like so. Cool. And bee and a bee. Nice. So these guys don't work at nighttime, so I'm going to have to sleep. It's going to immediately say no flowers, not bright enough, not daytime. So we need to get ourselves a flower for that bee as well. I think any of the vanilla flowers will work, like a poppy. Yeah. Okay, we'll just put 1 poppy there. Go ahead and sleep real quick so the bees will start working again. And like I said, we'll have to get the automation hooked up. So I'll probably grab some more of these Buildcraft pipes with some more of these apiarist pipes on there as well. All right, so flower, boom. Be happy, bee. I think if you take it out, put it back in, maybe not. Maybe you gotta wait for the whole hive to tick again, which I think it's like every 20 seconds or 25 seconds or it's something along those lines. But anyway, everything should be happy with this. It should be good to go. Just gotta realize that, hey, there is a flower here. Maybe someday. Anyway, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll get the automation hooked up for this thing, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so check it out. We have this thing automated. We have the wooden pipe pulling into the apiarist pipe. Blue is set for any bees. Red is set for anything. So if the bees can fit in the alveary, they go back in. Otherwise, combs and stuff will go this way. So we can kind of check and see how much health is taken off per tick on the hive. So like every 27 seconds, I think is what that, I can't remember. Anyway, it does like a decent amount of damage to the bee's health. So yeah, it only needs to go like 2 minutes and this thing cycles through. So this is the second cycle of the bee. And I just looked in this hatchery a second ago. Yeah, okay, so the hatchery is exactly what we wanted. There's our forest larvae. This is pristine. I don't know. I know that says pristine. I don't know how this all works. Does that turn into the princess? Is that how that works? Is that why it says pristine on there? I don't know. So anyway, I think that's all we needed. It says forest larvae. 0 of 1. We have one in our inventory. Do we have to throw it on the ground, pick it up? No. No, it still doesn't say that. What? Okay, I don't. What? Why does that not work? Let's have like 3 more in our inventory. It's not working. No. Okay, well, did we ever read through this quest? Maybe the quest will tell us what we're doing wrong. So it says, in the case of bees, the embryo would be unhatched larvae. Normally, these are nested too deep in the bee's housing to access without risking destroying the colony. However, by installing a hatchery in the alveary, you can access the larvae of the housed bees. Alvearies are a 3x3 cube of alveary blocks capped with wood slabs. The outer blocks on the 2 bottom layers can be replaced with various other alveary blocks, of which the hatchery is one such variant. Each alveary block are provided in the quest to build one. Enough alveary blocks are provided in the quest to build one. Jeez, I could not read that. Anyway, so that bee is almost dead. I guess, I don't know how we got 3 like all of a sudden and now it's like not doing any. I don't know. This is kind of cool. We can see how the bees are doing their thing. Somehow we have 2 different types of force drones apparently, because those didn't stack, so they went over here. These do stack, so they are still doing their thing. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't understand what's going on here. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like the quest has completed. That is a forest larvae, and that's exactly what this is. So we'll probably have to do the HQM edit thing and just complete this quest manually. Because I don't know what else we're doing wrong here. I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of curious what these apiarist DNA sequences are, and then I'll also give us a full set of alveary blocks for another alveary, so that'll be really awesome. I don't know how much more bee breeding stuff we need to do, but I did see there was a couple more Botania flowers over here that we can take a look at. So anyway, let me give this a second. I'm going to see if there's, I might do some research or see what I can find out. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and just mark the quest as complete, because I think I've done everything we needed to do. Either way, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys. Well, I was just walking back into the main base area over here, and I realized that I still had the hatchery. So I went to right-click on it, and I got a fish, and I right-clicked on it again. I got another fish. Yeah, so apparently those fish eggs that we put in there before, yeah, they finally finished up, and we got some minnows. We have both a male and a female, so I assume that we should be able to get these fish to do some stuff. So that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if we really need to do any more of the fish breeding, though. I mean, like we've seen before, the fish breeding is very similar to like the beekeeping. So we're just gonna stick those guys in here. I think, yeah, this still has bait worm. This is still doing its thing. So we're getting more and more of that stuff automatically down there. Anyway, I was in the process of checking out the quest, what else we needed to do for that quest. Yeah, it turns out there was more stuff here. So after the larvae, I went ahead and I did the HQM edit, and I just marked this quest as complete, since we couldn't get past this portion for whatever reason. So anyway, I noticed that the serums were here, and then I noticed that there was an inoculation section. So serums, I think we had messed around with that a little bit, right? Yeah, we had done some of these serums. We saw that if we looked in the apiaries database, or the gene database, I suppose. Yeah, we took an empty serum vial and we clicked it right on here, and that would make a serum vial of that type, right? So we've already messed with that a little bit. So were these both the same? Yeah, production fast. Now, I think what I saw is that you could take two of these vials and put them together, and you get like a, what was it called? Let me go back to the quest real quick. An empty serum array. Okay, so maybe we need to do the vial. Let's search down here. So let's make two of these vials, and I think what this will do is allow you to have like two serums in the same thing. So when you go to inject the bee, it gets injected with multiple of the same, or multiple different things at once, I think. So we do that, and that does nothing. So maybe we need two different genes on here. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so the quest says once you've got your larvae, you'll need to produce your actual genetic serums to apply to it. This is done by taking serum vials and clicking them on the gene you want in the gene database while holding the serum vial on the cursor. Regular empty serum vials will hold a single gene, and selecting different genes will override whatever gene is previously selected. A serum array, however, will hold one gene of each classification, allowing every trait of a larva to be overridden at the same time. Yeah, okay. So that's kind of what I was thinking. So the gene database, we only had the one gene though, so we can't like do multiple. We'd have to do, I can't remember how you get those genes. I think we had to get the like a DNA, this. It says very faint and unsequenced. I think this is like a butterfly gene or something. I'm not entirely sure what that all is. That might be a flower or a tree. I honestly don't know, but it looks like we have to get a different vial, and then we can put them together. Yeah, we got to get two different traits. So I'll look at doing that. I was just about ready to make some more of these sturdy casings. I was also looking in this quest book. We had the inoculation section where it wanted us to make an inoculator and a splicer, both of which we have not made these machines, and both of these machines require the reinforced casing. So I was just about to start working on that when they mess with the hatchery. I was like, oh, we have fish out of this thing, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I don't think we're going to be doing much else with the hatchery unless we absolutely need to, or the bee breeding for that matter as well. I have turned off the bees, the tropical ones that are poisoning us. Yeah, I think we're done with those. We got our bee clothing. That's all we really needed. Anyway, let me go ahead and get a few more things done here. I'll make these two machines. I'll try and get another gene in our genetic database here so we can get two vials and put them together. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I'm trying to get another DNA sequence, and I believe we were given that first one before. Anyway, so what we got going on here is I had to get myself a still. In the still, we can place in a biomass can. We were given a bunch of those previously. So that gives us 1 bucket of biomass from one of these cans. That gets processed through the still, and we get 3/100ths of a bucket, or I guess 3/10ths or whatever, of ethanol. I have a wooden engine here just pumping out from the wooden fluid pipe into our isolator. Yeah, so we have to have ethanol in here. We have to put in a bee. We need enzymes. These enzymes we got previously through the incubator. Yeah, we were doing, was it bacteria in an incubator, gives us enzymes with, I think we needed some of this growth medium, or I can't remember how this all works. Like, these machines are kind of complex. There's a lot of steps to get to where you need to be to get to them, or to get through them, I should say. But anyway, we have the enzyme in here. There's a little progress bar that shows how much of that enzyme is being used, similar to like how the multi-farms have a little progress bar for how much apatite or the fertilizer they've used. You also need a blank sequence here. So once this gets all the way down to the very end, we'll get one random trait off of this thing. And we need to take the sequence. I think we got to put in the sequencer, and that will reveal what that trait is. And I think that adds it into the gene database, I think. Like, I've used these machines very, very lightly before. Like, I'm still kind of figuring it out as I go. I'm pretty sure that's how that all works. So hopefully we get a gene that we don't already have. We can get 2 different of these serum vials with them, and we can combine them together to get the empty one that we need for the quest. What is that called? The empty serum array. Yeah, we just need to make one of these. It says it's already completed, like I said, because we marked the entire quest complete because of the larvae thing. But I still want to do the quest. I don't just want to skip it. I want to go through these and kind of learn what this is teaching me. I still got to make these 2 machines as well. But anyway, I want to give you guys a little update on how this is working, how we're getting more of these sequences. But like I said, yeah, once it gets a trait, we'll stick it over here in the sequencer. And then this takes like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something to go through it. I think we looked at that previously before. Anyway, let's wait for this to finish up. I'll make the other 2 machines that we need, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys. Well, the very first sequence got taken off our bee from the isolator. I put it in here, so we had one of these apiary's DNA sequence. So I've already gone through this process once. This is the second one. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to continue on after the first one finished up, but it did. So anyway, we now have 2 different things in here. So we should be able to right-click one of these on there and right-click another one on this one. And I think it just showed that you combine these in the crafting grid. I'm pretty sure that's what it showed. Is there something else that I need to do to make the empty thing? I'm not entirely sure. If we go back to the quest book, let's just take a look at this real quick. So this was the empty serum array. Oh, we needed 9 serums in there. Okay, I was thinking these were the filled ones, and I was trying to put 2 together, so I guess you need 9 of them. Okay, so let's go ahead. Yeah, okay, so the one things that I was doing before is just to make, I guess just to copy 1 gene at a time or whatever. But yeah, we want to copy like multiple genes, or at least that's what the quest wants us to do. We're not actually doing that right now. Okay, so there's 8, there's 9. Yeah, I should have read that a little bit better. There it is, empty serum array. Okay, so with this one, I suppose we'd take this and combine it with one of these somehow. There's probably one of these machines over here that we have made that would do that for us. So it looks like we have different serum vials in our splicer, and we have different serum vials in the inoculator. So maybe that is not how it is. Sequencer, isolator, gene pool, analyzer. There might be another machine that I need to combine these 2. I don't know. There is just so many of these machines. The polymerizer. Yeah, this mod is really complex. Like, there is a lot of powerful stuff you can do with it. So I was looking at these 2 machines. This is the other part that we needed to finish this quest, right? The inoculation section. So we had the inoculator and the splicer. So it says there are 2 methods for actually applying the gene serums to the larvae. Before that, though, you'll need to charge the serums in a polymerizer as described previously. Once charged, the serums can be applied to either the inoculator or the splicer. Okay, so this was something I was confused about. The inoculator is slow and requires a substrate of bacteria vector, incubated bacteria solution with blaze powder. Conversely, the splicer is significantly faster, requires no substrate, but uses 200 times as much power as the inoculator. Splicer uses 10,000 RF per tick. I would probably use this one if it goes 200 times faster. But anyway, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, let's put a bee in here. Yeah, you can't put bees in here. You actually have to use the larvae. It's the only way you can put genes into bees. And then once you have these all with the genes, there's a way that I think there's an incubator or something. I don't remember how this all works. But yeah, you can put that into the splicer or the other one. And then you put your filled serum vials here, but these don't have the fills. We have to fill these up. And the polymerizer, I think we might have looked at this a little bit before as well. think you need like a gold nugget here and then some of the growth medium. I can't remember. Anyway, we're not really trying to use these machines. We're going through the quest. We're reading what the text has to say. And we're making the things and kind of learning about them. But honestly, I don't know how much bee breeding we need, so we really don't have to go through all of this stuff. But anyway, I think we've now reached the end of the quest properly. So that's going to give us the 27 alveary blocks, so we can set up another alveary should we choose to. And then 2 of these apiaries DNA sequence. Let's claim that reward. So this is cave dwelling, yes, which is awesome. So that means your bee will work like underground. It doesn't need clear view to the sky. And this one is rain tolerance, yes. So that means your bee will pretty much work all the time, no matter what the weather condition. Another one you're going to want is so it works nocturnally. So it works at nighttime, in the rain, and underground should you choose to do that. And then you have pretty much one of the top end popular best bees you can get. I was going to say popular. It's not popular. Yeah, you can get like one of the top end, well, I guess the top end traits. You're also going to want like production speed and then probably shortest lifespan or longest, depending if you're trying to kill them off faster or make them be your production bees. Anyway, I think we've kind of done enough with the actual bee stuff. I did want to check this out. This is another flower from Botania though. This is the hibiscus. And the quest says nothing's more frustrating than realizing the princess you've extracted from a hive is of the inferior ignoble variety and his bloodline will eventually die off. Luckily, there's a flower for that too. Simply feed the hibiscus your ignoble princess, and with a lot of mana and a fair bit of time, it'll make them nice and pristine. So this will take ignoble bees and switch them to pristine, which is awesome. If you're into bee breeding, that is. Anyway, so to make one of these flowers, yeah, we have to do the petal apothecary. Redstone root, kind of like we did the last time with all these different petals, mana stuff. So we need all these different runes. We need rune of envy, greed, and pride. So that's the second tier runes, plus summer and air. Okay, so I don't know if I have these runes. We should just check real quick. Rune. We have air. Oh, I made a bunch of those. I must say, yeah, I was mass producing the water and the air for something. We need air and then I think one more. Was it fire? Okay, let's look real quick. Air and summer. Oh, that is the second, or is that the third tier? No, I guess all of the sin runes. These are the tier 3. This is a tier 2 and this is a tier 1. Okay, so we need a summer, envy, greed, and pride. Cool, so we have all this. I just need to make sure we have the petals. I'll go ahead and put this in the petal apothecary and do this. We do have all these colored petals. We saw how to make the redstone root. That's pretty easy. Let me go ahead and make this mana, mana. Let me go ahead and make this Botania flower that uses mana. And we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I got all of the different ingredients in our petal apothecary. Let's toss in our seed, and there is our hibiscus flower. Nice. So I've never used one of these before. I didn't even know this was the thing. Let's set this down. I guess right there should be fine. It's sparkling, so I believe that means that it has mana. We might need our wand of the forest. I'm not sure. If nothing else, I would like to see how much mana this thing uses to do what it's gonna do. So let's right click on here. Okay, so we're that full on the mana pool. Let's go ahead and throw the bee. This is an ignoble meadows princess on the ground. All right, that just got ate up right away by the flower. Looks like it can see the mana pool. It's doing stuff. It says that it uses a lot of mana from the mana pool to do this, or maybe it just takes a lot of time. It doesn't look like it's draining the mana that quickly out of the mana pool, if at all. I'm not seeing that move. It might be one of those things where it just takes like 5 minutes for it to do something and then it slurps all the mana out when it's done. Anyway, let's go ahead and wait for this thing to finish up and we'll be right back to see a pristine meadows princess. So I've been sitting here watching this for a while and it was taking forever and taking forever. So I tabbed down and went to the wiki and I was looking up at this flower and it says that this flower takes like up to 2 in-game days. It didn't take that long. It was actually like halfway through that one day and then most of the way through the night. It's now turning morning. We just got the pristine bee back, so that's pretty cool. Now it says that it uses a lot of mana. I was looking at the difference between where the mana pool was and where it's at right now, and it really didn't look like it touched the mana pool at all. Although maybe there's like a pixel worth of difference. I tried not moving the camera at all between that time while we were waiting for it, so maybe you guys could tell, like, you know, between the last clip and this one, when the scene changed. But I don't know, it looks like it's gonna be, it doesn't look like it takes that much mana, but it takes a lot of time to do that. So is it really worth it? I don't know. If you have the ability to make your own hives, or like if you're playing in a world where the rocky bees spawn in the ground and you have a quarry or something like that, maybe that's probably the better way to get yourself a bunch of the pristine bees, especially the pristine princesses. Yeah, that's what you're really gonna want to do. Doing it this way, I guess you could set up some kind of an automation where you have like a vacuum hopper, I guess the hopper cock from Botania, that sucks in things and put it into an adjacent inventory. That could work as well. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a good way to utilize this flower in an automated fashion, but honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. I just don't know. But anyway, we are now completed on this quest. That's going to give us a reward of an Oblivion frame, which is really awesome. This will kill off a bee in one tick. You don't have to wait, you know, the 6 or 10 or 15 ticks, however long it takes for that to happen. So that's a really nice frame for that. We had one more flower to go. This one says, now that you've got the means to automate your bees, you're starting to find yourself with a large excess of drones. Luckily, there seems to be a flower that will generate mana by consuming the bees. You can feed it princesses too for a larger mana burst, but why would you do that? Yeah, unless you have like a stupid amount of princesses, there's really never any reason to do that. Maybe you can feed it the ignoble princesses instead of turning them into the pristine through that other flower. I don't know. Anyway, it wants us to make the Botania. So we can do that simply by doing 3 mana powder, a mystical white petal, 2 yellow, and a black. So white, 2 yellow, black. Let's go ahead and do this one real quick. We have all these petals together, or all the petals in the system, which is really awesome. So we'll do a black. We'll also grab a piece of wheat. Yeah, one of those. And then I think it was just 3 more mana powder. Yeah, 3 more mana powder. Okay, so we should have everything together and we should be able to make this particular flower. Cool. All right, so let's put this in the petal apothecary. So Q. Oh, yeah, and then turn that into a seed. Q. Cool. All right, so there's our Botania flower. So yeah, like I said, you can throw down a drone, and this flower will provide mana to like your mana spreader or whatever. So you can shift right click. So that is going over there. So yeah, as we drop down drones, that should send mana to the mana pool. Let's try it. I think we had an extra drone in here. What do we have? We have some modest drones. I guess a forest drone is fine. Let's throw one down real quick and see like what this is doing. No. There it goes. Took it a second. So that consumes the bees similar to how like the Endo Flames consume. It just takes it a few seconds to see it and then it sucks it in and does the thing. It doesn't look like that's producing mana very fast, does it? In fact, I think it's done. Yeah, so that produces a very small amount of mana. I guess, you know, if you have a large bee factory and you're just getting a stupid amount of drones, or you already have them collected and you just want to do something with them, you can produce a lot of mana that way in a very short amount of time, I guess. I don't know. I find that the begonia really isn't that great of a flower. I've tried using that before, I think in Agrarian Skies or another mod pack that I played, and it was okay, but, you know, Endoflames just seem like the better way to go, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. We got a lot of good stuff happening today. I think, oh, you know what? Did we finish the quest? Did we finish this? It's kind of the reward. Which one was that? The encoding of the world? Yeah, the encoding of the world. That's done. So we are done with the bee section, which is pretty awesome. And I guess the mariculture section too. 100% done with all of that stuff. So woohoo to us. Yes, we are making progress through this mod pack, guys. That's pretty awesome. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.